Hi there, welcome back. This is Adventures with Dr. Joe. We're going to replace the idler arm on this PRUSA XL. The idler arm is a piece of printed material. It's actually in two parts. It has two bearings and it holds the filament against the drive gear. If it gets weak, warped, loosens at all, it can't put the pressure on the filament and it will stop printing. It will have a print failure or it will start doing air printing and you're going to lose your print. I was an early adopter of the PRUSA XL, and when I received it, those idler arms were made with either PLA or PETG, and when you put them in an enclosure like this, they get really hot, they melt, or they weaken just a little bit, and I had all sorts of printing problems once I put the enclosure together. So they recognized this problem, and now the new parts are printed in polycarbonate carbon fiber. And I will give you a link where to go and print these and make them out of polycarbonate carbon fiber, and then you won't have any problems. This is the spot. It's XL printable parts. It's on printables, and we'll scroll down here to look at all the files, and we'll go to the next extruder, open that up, and scroll down here. And oops, sorry. And here it is. The idler arm, idler lever A, idler lever B, and you need both of those. So I've printed these parts. These are made of polycarbonate carbon fiber, and they came out pretty nicely, but they do need some modifications to get them to work. So let's take the current idler arm off and convert it into using the new idler arm pieces. The first thing I think we should do is turn off the printer, and I've had mine cooling down, and put a nice soft material here, and we'll take the extruder out that we're going to change the idler arm. This is the idler arm right here, and if it has any weakness, this has just a little bit of play, it'll stop printing and you'll have some problems. You do not need to take the filament out of here to get that set up, but we need 2.5 millimeter hex head, and then for the hidden threaded rod we need 1.5 millimeter. Let's get that. First thing I'm going to do is light it up. Give us some light. Take these off again. This is the 2.5 millimeter drive. Take these screws out. There are three of them because the fourth one is hidden. Fourth one is that threaded rod. Here we go. And when this comes off, be careful, you need to leave this Delrin or this high molecular weight piece on here. And there's the small threaded rod that needs a 1.5 millimeter drive tool, because that needs to come out because the idler arm has a sleeve which we need to replace. So let's bring this back over to the bench and get the new parts installed. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that sleeve out, and it's pretty tight because it needs to be tight. It can't have any wiggle room. And there's an important thing we're going to do to make that really nice. So we'll save that, and then we'll take this screw out, which again, it's nice and tight. It's a 2.5 millimeter hex drive. Take that out. And this acts as a lag screw, basically going through the outer part A, so it threads only into B, so it really tightens these together. Save that. Okay, now these come apart and expose the bearings and the bearing pins. So there goes a bearing. Here's another bearing. And a bearing pin and another bearing pin. These are very important. So now we're not going to mix these up. We're going to set these aside, and we're going to start working on the new parts. Let's do some measurements. The measurement for the sleeve is 3.75 or 3.8 millimeters. That's very important. The measurement for the pins is 3 millimeters, 2.9 millimeters, so 3 millimeters. So 3.8, and then the diameter of our screw is also 2.87, 3 millimeters. So we're going to first clean out the openings for the pins. We're going to drill out one side of the lever, the idler arm, the A part, so the screw goes in freely, and we'll cut threads into the B part. So using a 3 millimeter bit, we have to be careful, because if we put this in a drill, it's gonna absolutely drill right through this part, and you'll need to reprint it. So with a hand, I can just open those up, and this is a hex shaft, so that makes it really easy, because these are always a little tight. So there, now we've drilled those out just a little bit, and we can put our pins in. Also on these, you can tell which side to drill out for the screw. It's the one that has that placed so the head will fit in there. That's what we're going to drill at 3 millimeters. So we're gonna drill that out so that screw fits through there very easily. Again, this is the 3 millimeter bit. So we've done those two and this one with that. Now let's put those pins in and the bearings in. So I got that first pin in place. Be very careful with these. Okay, so I got one pin in. There's the other pin. Put the bearings on those. They just slip right on there. And we'll see if we can put these pieces together, lining up those 3 millimeter holes. And there it goes. So we've over drilled this hole. We've over drilled this hole, so our screw, yep, fits right in there. And then it takes a little pressure to start cutting those threads. So literally I'm pushing down on the bench here, getting those threads to start cutting. Yeah, and it's going in slowly, but it is for sure. Test. Okay, we've got that sunk in there, locking this together. Now we need to see if we can get this sleeve through this hole, which typically we can't because it's not big enough. I measured that. It's exactly 3.74 millimeters, and I have a drill bit that is 3.74 millimeters. So I have this drill bit set that I'm going to put a link to that has all of these sizes, because we need to have a perfect hole for that sleeve, but in no way too big. So here we go. So we're going to drill that with this. That's all it takes. And then this sleeve should fit in there tight, which it does perfectly. All right, let's put it back together. Okay, here we go. So we're going to put the sleeve back in the spot where this threaded rod is. So be a little cautious. If you lift this gold frame off, it's hard to kind of put the gears back together, but you can do it. So I push the pin flush on this side, the sleeve, so it fits just like that. That goes back in. The threaded rod with the 1.5 millimeter hex. Now you don't want to get it all the way driven in there because it needs to basically interact with one of these openings here. You don't want to drive it all the way in because you need it to basically fit into this small opening here, which fits just like that. Now we'll put our 3 screws back in. They're all, again, tightened with the .5 millimeter hex drive. And these are tight. So tight, not crazy tight, but they're tight. You want this whole sandwich to be put back together nicely. Tight. Okay, let's check it again. Tight, tight, tight. Now, these screws with the springs are not the problem here. What they do is they prevent the idler arm from moving away too much from the drive gear. So if you've got filament that's a little bit thick, those springs are what are going to keep it intact with the, or in contact with the drive gear. Okay, the drive gear is right in there. What we should experience now, I'm going to pull this filament back a little bit, is, oh, that's nice and tight. Yeah, really good. So when that, and this should be tight. Good. So that's probably a fix. So there you go. Hey there. So if this was useful, please click thumbs up. It helps the channel a lot. Consider subscribing. Happy printing.